All right, Doozer shop. I don't remember how much I recorded before, but this is a Hendey lathe update. If it wasn't clear in the sequence of videos, or if you got lost, I was measuring that power feed casting, and I made that mandrel, and I put it in the Sagami lathe to measure the run out of the face. All that was to try and assess if I could clamp it in the milling machine to bore out the one journal from 7/8 to I think inch or inch and a 16th or something for a bigger converting that bushing to a needle bearing. And the casting fit in the lathe originally fine, okay. So if I just went back with a bronze bushing on that on the one side and on the pulley side, it was thick enough. You know, the bore was big enough for a needle bearing, just to retrofit straight up on the pulley side, but not on the other side where the gear kind of was. So that's what I decided to do. Not bore out the casting at all, leave it stock, and you know, put the needle bearing on the one side and the bronze on the other side without boring it. So got it back together. Let me take a handheld, show you what it is. Okay. All right. Still using a Brown & Sharp dial indicator base to hold the camera. I should at least get one of those Nogas. All right, I have the back of the headstock reassembled on, okay? And you'll notice the notch I cut out on the bandsaw for the belt to come out. So you see the belt is in the factory location there, right? Let me kind of, oops, dang, ba-dang, ba-dang. All right. So I've got this cut out to run the belt, you know, out the back of the lathe. So I can have a separate power feed motor. But I put the belt back on the spindle. So what makes this, so I can retrofit it anytime. I just put it back because see, that spline shaft, right? This goes through the center of that belt. So to get the belt off, to change the belt, you got to pull this shaft, right? So I put an extended lubrication fitting on there, 1/4 28. So that nut, you got to pull that nut off, which allows this pulley to be free. There's a bushing there. That's the swing pivot, you know, for the secondary casting, which I was working on. But this whole shaft has to come out the back. So you can see that white casting part. There's a bronze bushing in there. And that bronze bush has a set screw. Can't really see it. It's up in the casting. So what you got to do is you got to pull the set screw, and that bushing gets driven out backwards. So to do all that, to get the belt off, you have to take this whole casting off. Then that's kind of what I did. Sorry if this is a review, but I'm kind of just doing this for my own whatever here. Let me see, let me make sure my camera doesn't get too loose here. All right. So there's I should have a flashlight. There's an Allen screw there, there's an Allen screw there. There's an Allen screw, I think, down there. There's one right there. Or, no, I think the Allen screw's down there. Doesn't matter. But there's 4 screws that hold this headstock casting on, right? So I decided to last night to put it back on. Oops, sorry, put the belt on and make everything original. So if I do want to put the external motor on, I'm not going to take this whole shooting match apart. I'm just going to cut this belt. I'm just going to cut it and put a new belt on. Because to change the belt on this pulley and go out the back, it's fairly easy. That's easily, you can change that super easy. So some of you guys have wondered, what's this secondary bore for? Well, one was for the shaft and one was for the swing. And then this is it's a square-headed 3/8 bolt screw, and there's a slot. So that's how you tighten the belt. So that's what I did. And the only other weird thing is you got to fish this bar, and this detent comes off. It's the detent plunger and the detent and everything. That's the only minor trick. So yeah, here's the original belt. This is a 21, this is an A21. The one I put on was an AX21 for the X is for the ribs for extra flex. It's not a bad looking belt. I think this is a Gilmer brand, but I just wanted to put, that belt's a Browning, I believe. Yeah, I think the belt cost me, I don't know, 12, 15 bucks, something like that. So when I put the top on, the cover has the yoke that moves this gear. So that's all I wanted to show you guys, is the situation that I was measuring everything with that little subcasting. And oh, another thing. So that side is the needle bearing. No. This side is the bronze bush, and the one I capped off the lubrication holes is the needle bearing. So I got to put either a Zerk fitting in there or an oil cup. Now these are all Zerk fittings or Amolite fittings or whatever you call them. I guess most properly they're called Amolite fittings, but everybody calls them Zerks. So I've been using my Enerpack gun, and I got 2 good quality grease hoses on there, and it's just I use this regular grease coupler, but this is filled with that heavy STP, what do you call it, Lucas oil stabilizer, real thick oil, and that's what I've been using. Where's the headstock? Where the heck did I put it? Oops. There's the gear cover, there's the cover for the, shoot, I don't know where it is. I'll find it. I set it somewhere. I don't know. Alright, that's just a quick one to show you I got it back together and the methodology and whatever. I'm going to keep working on it. Thanks, Doozer Shop.